I think somebody killed her.
One family is thinking the worst after a pregnant woman disappears, where police are searching for Sherry Dawson.
For the first time, I'm in a position where I'm doing it all myself.
From business suits to farm boots, one executive's big change that may inspire some of you. A gold-winning gymnast who's also won her battle with cancer. Her message to other women.
Who you gonna call?
And that call's going out once again, just in time for Halloween. Your independent news network starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. East Alabama authorities are looking for a missing pregnant woman from Auburn. 31-year-old Sherry Dawson hasn't been seen since earlier this week, and now her family is fearing the worst. Christina Chambers from our affiliate WLTZ has the latest.
I fear the worst, and maybe that's not, I'm praying a lot, and I'm asking God to just guide us through this, but I just feel like something terrible has happened.
Charlotte Barnes is searching for answers as to why her 31-year-old niece, Sherry Dawson, is missing.
We believe the last time she was seen that we can determine to this point was Saturday night.
My mom said she made a couple of phone calls. She left, and my mom could tell she was kind of upset when she left.
Dawson was reported missing on Tuesday after she failed to show up for work at Ambassadors.
It's not like her she's responsible. She's not going to miss work and not call in.
According to police, the car Dawson was driving was found burned off County Road 95 in Chambers County Sunday.
The phone call that she was on that night before she left, my mom said to her it was very troubling, and the last thing she said was, "I'm on my way up there."
Barnes believes Dawson was talking to a man on the phone. A helicopter flew over the scene where the car was burned this morning. Barnes says Dawson is 5 months pregnant with a little girl and has a 7-year-old son.
I think somebody killed her, and I think they did away with her body.
As investigators search for clues, the Dawson family is praying for the best.
I've always told her at the end of a phone conversation that I love her. I wish I could have just told her how much.
Christina Chambers reporting for INN News.
In Kansas City, Missouri, the search for baby Lisa Irwin is now in its 11th day, with police no closer to locating the 11-month-old. Investigators are spending their time going back over a wooded area just a few blocks from the family home, an area that's been searched before. All the homes in the area were searched by police in the days immediately after Lisa disappeared. Meanwhile, New York private investigator Bill Stanton is consulting on the case. Baby Lisa's mother failed a lie detector test earlier in the week, but police have not been able to link her to the disappearance. Thailand's floodwaters are draining southward. Bangkok lies directly in the flood path. Warnings have been posted for the northern suburbs of the capital. Heavier than normal monsoon rains triggered that flooding. Thai officials say nearly 300 people have died so far. The oil leak from a cargo ship which ran aground in New Zealand a week ago is being called the country's worst maritime and environmental disaster. An estimated 350 tons of oil have spilled into the waters. The main coastal beaches have been closed and vessels are prohibited to sail by sea areas where the oil leak took place. The captain faces charges for being negligent. Dramatic video captures a fighter jet nosediving into the ground at an air show in northwest China. Witnesses say one of the pilots ejected before the jet plunged. Rescuers are searching for that second pilot. No one was hurt on the ground. A British man is planning to run a marathon this weekend in Canada. And at 100 years old, Falja Singh hopes to become the oldest person ever to accomplish that feat. He's always been into sports but took up competitive running at 89. Since then, he's run in 7 marathons, setting world records in 2003 and 2004 in the 90-plus age category. Guinness Book of World Records will be at the finish line to record his finish this weekend. And that's your Global News Now. Well, a showdown between Occupy Wall Street protesters and police has been averted. The owners of the park, where hundreds have been gathered for a month, asked police to go in and have them removed because conditions have gotten unsanitary. The protesters spent all night cleaning up, and the park owners say they can stay there. The Occupy Wall Street protest against government corruption will enter their 5th week this weekend. A week after the death of Apple founder Steve Jobs, the latest version of iPhone 4S goes on sale around the world. This is video of people standing in line for it early this morning in Atlanta, Georgia. Apple sold 1 million of the phones in the first 24 hours via its website and carriers. The iPhone 4S is available at all 245 Apple stores in the United States, as well as Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Japan, and the UK. Well, cranking up the heat and how it will affect your budget. And one state's capital is out of capital and seeking bankruptcy protection. Ryan Bass gets back to business.
Even though the forecast is calling for a warmer winter, the increase is due in part to a rise in natural gas and crude oil prices over the last year, which is expected to outweigh higher temperatures that should reduce consumption. AirTran Airways is adopting its new parent company, Southwest Airlines' two-seat policy for passengers it calls customers of size. Beginning in March, AirTran Airways will require flyers who can't fit into one seat with both armrests down to buy a second seat. On its website, Southwest says it refunds the additional seat purchase after travel if the flight was not oversold. Southwest bought AirTran earlier this year. Leaders in Pennsylvania's capital have made an unusual move to get out of debt. The Harrisburg City Council has declined to file for bankruptcy. However, state leaders are trying to prevent this from happening. A bill in the Pennsylvania State Senate would allow the state to take over Harrisburg's finances. The governor says he will sign any legislation to take control of the city's money problems. For your Back to Business, I'm Ryan Bass.
9% of the country is out of work, so why would someone quit their high-paying job to raise chickens in a bus? One woman's career change that may get you thinking. Plus a very sad scene for dessert lovers, why cleaning up this mess wasn't a piece of cake. And just in time for Halloween, Ghostbusters are scaring up a new generation of fans. INN News continues after this.